Hello again. We can always just restart, kind of like some of our homeschool days. Some days we just have to restart the day, or even stop the day and wait till the next day. I'm interviewing Betsy Jenkins from Homeschooling with the Classics. Hi, here you are.
I'm
Welcome
back.
to the world of internet.
I don't know what was going on with the
Me neither, but it is what it is. So you were just speaking, and I know you were speaking, but I couldn't hear what you were saying.
same. Yeah, I lost on that. So,
Okay, so what I remember, okay, I'll jump to another thought, is that you actually know what the S question is. If I say, you homeschool mama hear the S question all the time, you probably know what it is. Although I personally have heard it a lot less this year, hilariously.
yes, yeah.
Everybody's wondering about the S question.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
what would you say? What would you add to what homeschool, or how you know if you're a homeschool mom? Is there a specific kind of like clothing that you would wear? Because I'm usually in yoga pants, and if I get fancy, it's jeans.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that a lot of people have this vision of homeschool moms as wearing like the ochre cover color linen dresses and like the felt hats and everything. And that Instagram homeschool mom, real life homeschool mom is like pajama pants and your husband's sweatshirt,
Yeah,
or like that yoga pants. Like I'm wearing, you know, leggings with long t-shirts every day. That's
yeah.
just
It goes from the bed. For me, it goes to the chicken coop, and then it goes to studies, and then it goes to the goat barn, and then it goes to town to do the extracurriculars, and then you come back home and you look at it and go, "Is it dirty? No? Okay, back to bed." Yeah. And if you get fancy, you wear your jeans. We don't claim to be a glamorous life.
yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I can do jeans anymore, man. When my boys were little, they called them hard pants, and I have to agree,
Hard pants.
they're just hard.
That is really funny. Well, after this year, like I spent 5 months sitting down because I had an issue with an ankle ligament. And that was like towards the end of, well, I want to say this year, but I mean this year and a half. And so the last 5 or so months, I've had issues with that. And so I'm outgrowing my jeans. Not proud to say. Yeah. We love yoga pants or joggers if you're really cool, because I think that actually dates me. But and something I do, I know is a homeschool mom thing, is I take like all the little opportunities, like driving somewhere, to turn it into listening to the radio news or something. I mean, the news is not a lot of fun these days, but listening to the news and calling it current affairs.
Oh, no, yes,
Half an hour, useful.
exactly. I would say that one of the ways you know you're a homeschool mom too is if every time you get in the car with your kid, there has to be an audio on.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I can pretty much tell you what the authors' names are. I mean, not all of them, but definitely you know who Jim Weiss is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and a lot of people are familiar with Story of the World.
Yes.
And I
So-
don't remember the name of this, but there's a geography songs CD that I can literally sing the little song right now. The way I know I won't try. I don't know, but I bet that's a similar one. Like, of course, I actually bought a portable CD player in the last couple weeks. Like, no one does that.
Wow.
I have to reuse all those CDs. Like, what are we going to do? Go to Spotify?
Oh, I
Actually,
One of my followers told me that her child has an imaginary friend, and she named the imaginary friend public domain because they love so much. And it's like, all the revocative recordings are in the public domain.
yeah, back to that discussion about homeschoolers being weird. Yeah. Yeah, the beauty of the homeschool thing, the homeschool lifestyle, is that you really don't always know what's going on in the bigger, world. I mean, I do. And when you have teenagers, then they start to get very aware of, fashion trends or music trends or all that stuff. But when they're littler, you have no idea. Like, Blue's Clues is still a thing, right? No? Okay. Time for a new child. So no time, no time is wasted in the.
We're on to like the third or fourth presenter now. So.
So I definitely know that the idea of lap books or unit studies, that's not really a common concept in the schooled world.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a homeschool thing. Y'all know what lap books are. They are giant poster books that you can add, or, essentially get your kids to add either pictures or little information bits about some topic and focus on that topic. I actually had a daughter that wanted to do Titanic all year. And so we found a way to do history and science and you name the topic all the way around a lap book. But now I'm 15 years into homeschooling and that is way too much work for me.
Our kids grow out of it too, don't they? Like, yeah. I mean, just like our kids grow out of it, we grow out of it too as homeschool educators. We realize, you know what? This was more for me than it was for them. And none of us are enjoying it.
Yes.
No.
That is so true. That's why my first 3 years, the kids didn't say, Mom, let's use Well-Trained Mind from Susan Wise Bauer for 80 hours of each of my weeks. But I thought it was a fabulous idea until we all burned out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. But see, what I found wonderful is we can actually dip in and out of those things. We don't have to follow the regimen that's been set up for us. If we want to use Well-Trained Mind, then we can set it according to our and use the parts of it we want to use and put away what doesn't work for us.
Exactly. That's a sign of you're a homeschool mom that has been around for a while. Mm-hmm.
We'll say, what curriculum do you use? Like, curriculum what?
Yeah, exactly. Cheap curriculum. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because
yeah.
also after a while, yeah, like whatever. I literally made a curriculum out of going to a nature center and they had these like brochures and I'm like, okay, let's use that this week. I didn't spend a dime on that.
Yep.
But that's okay because in the first few years I made up for lost money and I spent thousands of dollars on curriculum.
Beginning.
You're a homeschooled mom when people actually expect you to bring entire families to birthday parties. That it's not just a child from a class, but it's all 6 of your kids or 3 of your kids. It's all the kids.
Yes, absolutely. Or when you have a people mover van, just
yes, exactly. No, this is not the homeschool co-op. I birthed all of these kids.
Yes, I love it. One of the ladies in our Wild and Free group, she introduced herself by saying my name, and I have 5 kids, otherwise known as the Homeschool Starter Pack. And
yes. So I thought 4 homeschool kid or homeschool industry average was 4. So where you are, it's about 5.
Well, no, it was just a joke. Just because there are families with, I mean, actually, in our we have some families with 1 child. We have some 10, and it's just that whole all in between. But it's just when people think homeschool family, they think 5+ kids.
I have met the homeschool family with 13, and I've never met a more patient homeschool mom ever.
Yeah. She knows how to do it.
She knows how to do it. Mm-hmm. Also, I know the homeschool mom, and this one was truly surprising to me, the homeschool mom that was pregnant and still didn't have kids. She didn't have any kids, but she was planning and researching homeschooling. And I was like, dang, girl, like that is research right there.
Yes. I have met pregnant, soon-to-be homeschool mom too, which I applaud them because honestly, from the minute our children are born, we're homeschooled. It's when we decide to send our kids to preschool, kindergarten, that's when some families stop homeschooling. We're all homeschooling at the beginning.
We just don't realize we're doing it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like teaching our kids to tie their shoes. Things like that you think, but that's not homeschooling. And okay, yeah, it might not be on the academic roster for a public school. Well, actually, sometimes it is.
Were we supposed to do that?
Yeah, Velcro.
No, I have a 20-year-old who wears Velcro. No, just kidding.
There you go. It's all solvable. Every challenge is solvable. So how about you're a homeschool mom when your kids are very familiar with the grocery store. They know how to help you in the grocery store. They know how to bag. They know how to find stuff. They know how to guesstimate what the taxes are on the ultimate price of the groceries. Pretty impressive kids, really.
Yeah, well, I mean, they have because that's math.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
Grocery store math. It really is,
Yeah.
though. Also, grocery stores are like your quiet place if you can get away without kids. You're a homeschool mom when you actually appreciate being in the grocery store quietly alone, which I might add is not actually therapy. It's not helpful for you. You need to find a place outside of the grocery store as your quiet place. But I
Yeah.
feel ya because I've been there.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes those moms, especially with smaller kids and they're in the thick of it, it is really hard to find that time away and alone. And so I really do encourage them anytime that they can go ahead and do what you need to do to get that alone. I mean, right now I have teenagers, so my poor younger kids, they really don't know what a grocery store is because I go grocery shopping by myself because I can do it so much quicker and all that. And when I go to the grocery store, I pop in my heads and I listen to an audiobook while I'm shopping.
Yes.
That's my alone time too. But yeah, but then I think to myself, oh yeah, my kids don't know how to grocery shop. So I have to take it to the smaller.
You know, I actually think, yeah, exactly. You're a homeschool mom, and I don't know if everybody will agree with me on this one, but it certainly is my experience, and I know there's a lot of homeschool moms doing this, that you're a homeschool mom when you're with a bunch of kids and you've got earbuds or something in your ears listening to a podcast or listening to something, and you're kind of low-key relaxed. Because even though they're around you, they're swarming around you, you're like, yeah, yeah, you're over here. And that's definitely been my way of, I think, sometimes coping with a little bit too much noise, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but is sticking noise into my ears directly that is not directly my children's voices.
Yeah, actually, Mary Van Geffen, she is a parenting coach for parents with spicy kids.
Ah,
She encourages moms when we're just like at our with our kids to just go ahead and put in earbuds and block them out for a while because it's you need to fill that tank.
you do. Yeah,
Hmm.
you're a homeschool mom when you actually know how to wrangle a bunch of kids or how to address every conflict under the sun. And it's because you're either going to lose your mind eventually or you're going to have to figure that out.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you've ever breastfed a child while giving a spelling test and redirected a toddler from doing what you shouldn't, then you're home.
Yeah, amen, sister. Yeah, I know people that have had twins and breastfed both sides while doing that and cooking bacon.
You're the rock stars.
Yes, exactly. Rock stars. Okay, you're a homeschool mom when you have a supplier. No, a supplier. Uh,
No, I'm
Apple.
so relaxed.
I know. You don't know where I live. Everybody has a supplier here, and not of these things. But a supplier for owl pellets,
Hmm.
painted butterflies, lab equipment, of course, and bacterial swabs, because, homeschool science.
Yes, absolutely. I still every couple weeks get emails from the Carolina Biological Institute, which is my supplier for all of our science experiments.
Absolutely. And you know what? Last thing I have in mind is you're a homeschool mom when you routinely buy purple cabbage or occasionally, or you call it red cabbage maybe, but occasionally you'll send one of the kids to go to the produce section and just take the first kind of gross looking used layer of cabbage and put it into the cart. So you don't have to buy the whole cabbage because nobody wants to actually eat the cabbage. But that whole purple cabbage thing is really useful in chemistry experiments.
Absolutely.
So, any last thoughts on how you're a homeschool mom?
Oh, I would say if there is any kind of cabinet or countertop or tabletop thing that is constantly covered with feathers, rocks, dead bugs, you know, wood, like cool sticks that they thought were neat. Or if you have to like sneak out after the kids are in bed and like scatter the rocks they collected all around your, like you're in the Shawshank Redemption because
Yes.
the pile is too big.
Oh, you make me laugh. That is so true. And I am going to spontaneously go photograph my mudroom bench right now and the mudroom table that's right inside. And you're going to go, no kidding. We did not pre-plan this discussion. This is exactly my truth. Thank you so much for joining me today. That was a lot of fun. And if you have any thoughts, if yeah, if you want to throw in any other thoughts on how you know you're a homeschool mom, then put it into the comments down below. And you can catch a conversation between Betsy and I on my podcast, Homeschool Mama Self-Care, which you can find on Apple and Spotify. So thanks for joining me, Betsy.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.